and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to do eyebrows 3 ways, and I'm using 3 different products. So I've got the Too Faced Brow Envy palette, which is super cute, and it comes with a set of tweezers, a spoolie, and an angled brow brush. It has a blonde shade, a brunette shade, a setting wax, and a highlighter. It's just perfect because you've got all of your tools, all of your shades, as well as your highlighter and your setting wax, all in the one little kit, which is super handy, especially if you're going traveling, because you just take this and you're all set to go. So I've already done a full face of makeup because I am going to be filming a few other videos today, but I've just left my eyebrows with nothing on them. So I feel kind of naked right now, but as you can see, my eyebrows are pretty dark already, and I am lucky because they are pretty hairy too. So I'm going to be showing you all how to do your eyebrows 3 different ways with 3 different products. I'll just show you guys all of the products that I'm going to be using. So I've got my trusty brow definer from Hourglass. If you guys have watched my other videos, you know that I use this one quite frequently, so that's of no surprise that this one's in my brow video. What I love about this one is not super thin like a lot of other brow pencils are, and it's got an angled tip. You can really get right in there and define your brows, but at the same time, it's really easy because it is a lot thicker. You can really just kind of rush your brows and they still look immaculate. So that's what I love about this one. I also love that this product has a spoolie on the end because it makes it really easy to just brush out your brows, particularly if you're in a rush, as I most always am. I love this because it's just so easy to make your brows look amazing, and it's so effortless. The next product that I'll be showing you guys how to use today is the Hourglass Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel. And this is a gel, and I'll show you guys how brow gels work. I love to use this baby in conjunction with my brow definer just because I find that it sets the brows in place, and it also gives them more volume because it does have little fibers in it, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those mascaras that have the little fibers in them to make your lashes look longer. It's basically the same idea but with eyebrows. So essentially, if you find that your brows are quite sparse, or maybe in some areas they're a little bit sparser, I just like to brush this through because it gives me that nice volume in my brows, and it just makes them look really nice and full. I really like to achieve that nice like editorial type of look. You know how people like to brush the eyebrows up? So I like to brush my eyebrows up and set them in place with this little guy. Okay, so the next product that I'll be using today is the Too Faced Brow Envy palette. And I love this palette just because it's super cute, and it pretty much has everything you need inside of it. So I love this palette because it literally has everything you could need, and it is honestly perfect, especially if you're on the go, because everything is already in here for you, and it's in one neat little palette. So without further ado, I'll show you guys how to do your brows 3 ways. So as I mentioned before, I've got nothing in my brows, no product whatsoever. So I'm gonna start off with the Brow Envy palette and show you guys how to achieve perfect brows with this palette. So I'm not actually gonna use the tools that come with the kit today. I'm just gonna use my own brush just because I really like this one. And my eyebrows are definitely quite dark, so I'm definitely a brunette. And like I said, I brush my brows out, but I'm just gonna show you guys how I actually brush my brows. I like to brush them up and kind of out like that. And by doing this, I can really see exactly where I need to put the product and exactly where my brows are a little bit sparser than in other places. Just going underneath my brow, and I'm basically just defining my eyebrow. I basically like to just go from about here, so it's not exactly at the front of my brow, but it's just right where the arch kind of starts, and then I just drag that underneath my brow and just start defining it. See how it's already so much more defined than the other one? And I like to bring that out, and then I like to start on the top of my brow. Just brush my brows as I would, you know, wear them normally, so they're not brushed all the way up here. And now I can see that they're definitely filled in a lot more than what they were before, as you'd hope. And I then go from the top of my eyebrow and I'm just defining my tip. So now this is where I start working on the actual front of my eyebrow. The best tip that I have is to actually keep the front of your eyebrow a little bit lighter than the rest of your brow, because naturally your eyebrows are going to be sparser towards the front of your brow. So if you fill them in really heavily at the front, it looks very unnatural and it's actually very heavy. It doesn't look as good. So my best tip is to just go really lightly at the front. If you want, you can kind of try and mimic the brow hairs if you don't have a lot. But as I said, I'm quite lucky in the sense that my brows are quite full already. So really all I'm doing is just enhancing my natural brow shape. But what I like to do is I kind of just flick a little bit up, and that's about enough for me because, as I said, they are quite dark already. Yeah, if you do want to define your eyebrow a little bit more, just run the brush underneath. So I like to just run the brush underneath and then just brush it out and up, so it just disperses evenly throughout the brow. Cool. What I might actually do, I'm thinking I might do another product on this eyebrow just so you can see the difference. Okay, so I'm gonna take my trusty brow definer. This is in the shade Ash. Usually I use dark brunette, but I just ran out of it and I thought it's actually quite dark for me, even though I do have quite dark eyebrows. That's another tip I have. So don't do your eyebrows too dark because it can just kind of look like a bit full on. Obviously it's a personal preference as to how dark you like your eyebrows. Some women tint their eyebrows, some leave them nice and light. Try to just go a shade darker or even 2 shades darker, but I wouldn't recommend going any darker than that because it can kind of look very intense. So I'm trying a different shade today. It's in the shade Ash. So like I said, the tip is super easy to work with, and I just do a similar process with this eyebrow as I just did with the Brow Envy from Too Faced. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to go underneath the brow again, just define it. Okay, and now I'm just going to brush that out. And I am really loving this color, by the way. And I'm just going to go up the front and just go straight underneath, like that. And then I'm just going to brush that up and out, just so it doesn't look too heavy. Okay, so I almost forgot, but I'm just going to use my Too Faced setting wax just to set my Too Faced side. And basically, you just want to set your brow in place. So I'm just going to put it where my hairs generally kind of tend to move. Put a little bit through the front as well. And I'm just going to brush that out. It makes the brows look nice and defined. It gives them that nice clean look. And it also just makes them look nice and shiny. There's also a highlighting shade as well in this palette, but because I've already got makeup on, I don't think it's going to be of much use. I recommend putting this shade just on the brow bone. Just highlights, defines, and I definitely recommend doing that. Show you guys on my hand what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that, but the highlighting shade is really nice and subtle, nice and natural, and it just gives your brow bone a nice sheen and a nice natural look. Now I'm going to take my brow gel just to set this little guy in place. So you can use this brow gel by itself if you want that really nice and natural kind of like editorial look, or you can use it in conjunction with another brow product just to volumize your brows and to set them in place. So I'm going to show you guys how it looks with another brow product underneath. Okay, so you just get your product, and basically what I like to do is I just start once again from here and I just brush them up. This is quite pigmented, so I like to be quite light-handed with it as I go. Okay, so that's definitely given this eyebrow a lot of volume. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's like, it's pretty voluminous. And I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. The fibers in this brow gel are really tiny, by the way, so you can't see them just by looking at your eyebrows, in the sense that it doesn't look bad. You can't really like see the little fibers, and it doesn't look like you've got fluff in your eyebrows or anything. But they are really, really effective in the sense that they really give your eyebrows a volume. I can definitely see that my eyebrow hairs are a lot less sparser on this side in comparison to this side. And this one just looks a lot more filled in. It's really filled in all of the sparse little bits just by using the brow gel on the top. Whereas this side still looks really nice and neat, especially because I set it with the setting wax in the Too Faced palette. However, it does sort of still have a lot of sparse bits throughout it in comparison to this side. So that's why I wanted to show you guys the comparison, just so you can see exactly what the brow fiber does and just how amazing it actually is in achieving that really nice full brow look that we're all going for. Okay guys, so that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed my eyebrow tutorial showing you the different ways of achieving different looks. It was a very basic eyebrow tutorial just to show you how you can achieve different eyebrow looks using different products. All of these products are absolutely amazing and I love them all. They all achieve slightly different looks, but of course by using any one of them you can achieve amazing brows, but they all just have different purposes. So I'll just rehash what I said earlier. So this brow definer is amazing at defining. It's really, really, really precise, and I just find that this one gives anyone and everyone the perfect eyebrow, especially if they're time poor, just because the tip is nice and thick and it's really, really easy to just rush your brows and still leave the house looking absolutely amazing. And it's really easy to just brush them out as well in case you've overfilled a certain section or you just want to brush them out and make them look nice and full. It's really easy to achieve that as well. These brow definers come in a range of different colors that suit everyone as well, so it's really, really easy to find a shade that will suit you in the brow definer as well. So definitely my top brow product. Too Faced Brow Envy Palette is amazing, particularly for someone who doesn't want to go and spend a lot of money on an array of different products, because you literally have a whole kit in one. You've got the tweezers, the spoolie, and it also has an angled brush to perfect your brows. You've got everything you could need in this palette. It also comes with a blonde shade and a brunette shade, so if you're in between shades, you can even mix them together. It has the highlighter in it, so you can highlight your brow bone and just be on fleek. And it also has the setting wax, so you can just set your brows in place and you don't have to worry about them budging throughout the day or the night. And this is just amazing. And it also comes with a how-to guide, and it basically just tells them step by step how to achieve the perfect brow. And I just realized it comes with little brow stencils as well. Oh bless. So this is great for younger girls that are just starting to get into makeup, or maybe those women that aren't really into makeup that much. They don't really know, a lot about makeup. They don't want to spend a whole lot of money on an array of different products because they've literally got everything they could need and ask for in one, and it's amazing. So it's got everything you could ever need in one palette, and it's super easy to use, as you saw, and it's also great for on the go in case you might be one of those women who does have a lot of different products, but when you're traveling you don't want to worry about bringing all your makeup with you because it's probably just going to get lost anyway. So this is great for traveling people that aren't big on makeup, and people that are just starting to get into the makeup scene. Last but not least, the brow gel. So this brow gel is amazing. You saw exactly what it did to my eyebrow that I used it on this one. It gave it a lot more volume. It definitely made it a lot less sparse than this one, and it also sets your brows in place. So as I mentioned before, if you're going for that really nice natural editorial type of look where you don't want a lot of brow product in your brows, think Gigi Hadid kind of vibes, this will be your best friend if you want that really nice kind of like undone editorial look. Or you can do what I did today, is you can use this little guy over the top of any brow product that you use, and it's super, super easy to use, and it just makes your brows a lot less sparse. It fills in all the gaps, it gives them volume, it makes them look on fleek, and it sets them in place. So you don't have to worry about them budging at all. So I love all of these products equally. As you saw, they all achieve slightly different effects. However, if I went out in public right now, no one would know that I use different products on either brow. No. I must say though, I definitely prefer this side to this side, and that is because of this magical little guy, the brow gel. And this is in the shade Soft Brunette, but it also comes in an array of shades as well. So it's really easy to match it to anyone's brow and just give them that little bit of extra volume that they're really looking for. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed my brow tutorial today. Let me know if you'd like to see some more brow looks down below. And yeah, I hope you guys learned something or got something out of today's video. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you all next time. Bye guys!